Welcome back. In this video, we're going to break down exactly how to write a biography, step by step, with examples to guide you along the way. So what exactly is a biography? A biography is a true story of a person's life written by someone else. If you write about your own life, that's called an autobiography. Now let's get into the 5 steps. Step 1. Choose your subject. Choosing the right person is the most important decision you'll make. If you pick someone boring or someone you can't find information on, the whole process is going to feel like a chore. You need to find the sweet spot between a person you actually find interesting and a person who has enough written about them. Here's the danger on both ends. If you pick someone super famous, like George Washington or Albert Einstein, there's too much information. You'll get overwhelmed trying to summarize decades of history. But if you pick someone totally unknown, like your cool neighbor or a brand new social media star, you might not find enough reliable sources. The sweet spot? Look for someone who is famous in a specific field. A NASA engineer, a 1920s jazz musician, a modern-day climate activist. If you're stuck, try looking through these lenses to spark an idea. By hobby, do you love coding? Research Ada Lovelace. Love soccer? Look up Pelé. By underdog story, some of the best biographies are about people who were told no. Look for people who broke barriers, like Bessie Coleman, the first African-American woman to hold a pilot's license. By mystery, pick someone whose life has a how did they do that vibe, like escape artist Harry Houdini. Before you commit to your choice, run this quick check. Search their name online. Do you see results from reliable sites like Biography.com, Britannica, or History.com? Does your school or local library have at least one book about them? And can you think of one reason why their life still matters today? Step 2. Research and fact check. Researching can feel overwhelming because there's so much information out there. If you just start searching randomly, you'll end up with dozens of open tabs and no idea what to write. Here's a system that helps. The 3-source rule. Never trust the first website you click on. Aim for at least 3 different types of sources. Primary sources are first-hand accounts, diaries, letters, speeches, or video interviews of the person. This is where you find amazing quotes. Secondary sources are written by people who studied your subject later. Think biographies, documentaries, and encyclopedia articles. As you read, don't just collect random facts. Hunt for the answers to 5 specific questions. What was their environment like growing up? Who influenced them? What was their biggest failure or obstacle? What are 2 or 3 specific examples of their impact? And what do their critics say? That last one is important. To write a truly fair and balanced biography, you need to include different points of view, not just the highlights. Bonus tip: avoid plagiarism with the fact card method. Instead of copy-pasting text into your notes, read a paragraph, close the tab, and write down what you remember in your own words. Put 1 fact per card and tag the source at the top. When you're ready to write, you can sort your cards by topic and build your outline from there. One more warning: watch out for internet myths. If a wild story about your person only appears on a random blog or social media post, do not use it. If it's not mentioned on an educational site or in a book, it's probably not true. Step 3. Create an outline. Most biographies are written in chronological order, from earliest to latest. Here's a simple structure you can follow. Part 1. Introduction. Start with a hook. This could be a powerful quote, an unbelievable fact, or a dramatic moment from their life. Then state basic stats, such as their full name, birth and death dates, and where they lived. Finish with a thesis statement, 1 sentence that answers, why does this person deserve a biography? For example, through her groundbreaking research on radiation, Marie Curie revolutionized modern medicine and proved that women belonged in the lab. Part 2. Early life. Cover their family background, where they grew up, and what major events shaped their childhood. Did they have a mentor, a specific moment that sparked their passion? Part 3. The turning point. What was the exact moment that changed them from an ordinary person into someone extraordinary? What did they decide to do about it? Part 4. Major achievements. This is the core of your biography. Break down 2 or 3 of their biggest accomplishments. What obstacles stood in their way? Racism, poverty, health problems, doubters, and how did they push through? Part 5. Legacy and conclusion. How did their life wrap up, and how is the world different today because they existed? End with a powerful sentence that connects back to your opening hook. Here's a tip. If you spend 20 minutes filling out this outline with bullet points from your research, the actual writing will feel much easier. You're just turning each bullet point into a full sentence. Step 4. Write the draft. Now it's time to transform your research notes into a story that feels alive. A biography shouldn't read like a list of facts on the back of a cereal box. It should read like a novel, where everything just happens to be true. Rule 1. Show, don't tell. When you tell, you just state a boring fact. When you show, you use action, details, and vivid descriptions to put the reader inside the moment. Here's the difference. A weak draft might say, Albert Einstein was smart, but had trouble paying attention in school. A stronger draft says, while his teacher droned on about Latin grammar, 10-year-old Albert sat at his desk, completely mesmerized by the invisible magnetic forces moving the needle of his pocket compass. See how the second version shows you what that felt like? Rule 2. Write in third person. Because you're writing about someone else, use he, she, they, and their name. Never use I, me, or you, unless you're directly quoting the person. Rule 3. Weave in quotes naturally. Don't just drop a quote into your paragraph without introducing it. Use a signal phrase to blend it into your writing smoothly. For example, as his boot pressed into the surface of the moon, Neil Armstrong famously declared, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Rule 4. Give yourself permission to write a messy first draft. Don't try to make the first sentence perfect before moving to the second. Just get your ideas out of your head and onto the page. If you forget a date, just write date here and keep going. You'll fix it later. Step 5. Revise and polish. Revision is where you improve the ideas and flow of your biography. Use the ARMS method to check your structure. A is for add. Did you forget to explain why an achievement was important? Add a sentence giving more context. R is for remove. Did you accidentally include facts that don't really fit? Cut them. If you're writing about a scientist, you don't need a whole paragraph about their childhood dog unless it directly influenced their career. M is for move. Does the timeline make sense? If you mention their college graduation before their high school years, move those sections around. S is for substitute. Swap out weak words for stronger ones. Instead of he was smart, try he was incredibly resourceful. Once your paragraphs flow well, shift your focus to catching technical mistakes using the cup strategy. C is for capitalization. Check names, places, and historical events. U is for usage. Make sure your verbs match your subjects and keep everything in the past tense. You're writing history. P is for punctuation. Check your quotation marks and commas carefully. S is for spelling. Don't rely entirely on spell check. It won't catch it if you typed there instead of there. And here's the best tip for catching mistakes. Read your biography out loud to yourself. Your eyes naturally skip over errors on a screen because your brain already knows what you meant to write. But when you speak the words out loud, your tongue will trip over anything that sounds off. If you run out of breath in the middle of a sentence, that sentence is too long. Now, let's look at 2 examples. Example number 1, Louis Braille. This short biography illustrates how to transform a timeline of facts into an engaging story by focusing on Louis Braille's childhood tragedy as the foundation for his ultimate triumph. It strictly follows a chronological structure, tracking his journey from a young boy in a leather shop to a teenager inventing a global reading system. Most importantly, it answers the "so what" question by showing how his determination directly changed the world for millions of people today. Example number 2, Mary Anning. This one focuses on an underdog story in science, demonstrating how to weave a person's difficult environment into their major achievements. This biography uses a dramatic hook, the famous tongue twister, to immediately grab the reader's interest. It highlights the immense obstacles the subject faced, poverty, dangerous physical conditions, and social exclusion, to emphasize just how impressive her achievements were. Finally, it uses descriptive headings to keep the chronological story organized and scannable. So let's recap. Step 1. Choose your subject wisely. Find that sweet spot. Step 2. Research from at least 3 different types of sources and take notes in your own words. Step 3. Build a chronological outline before you start writing. Step 4. Write a messy first draft that shows rather than tells. And Step 5. Revise your ideas with the ARMS technique. Then catch your grammar mistakes using the CUPS method. A great biography isn't just a list of facts about someone's life. It's a story about how one person's choices, struggles, and breakthroughs changed the world, and why that still matters today. If you found this video helpful, check out the links in the description for more writing tips and resources from Imagine Forest. See you in the next one.